Yo, what's up, everybody? It's DJ the Sports Blurred. I am back. Tonight's double upload night. I have so many things I want to get off my chest. It's Ohio State versus Tennessee week. I got so many videos and so many ideas I want to talk about just because I like talking to you guys, and you guys seemingly like to talk back to me. So, double upload night. We're going to talk about Quinn Ewers tonight. As a matter of fact, we're going to talk about just quarterbacks in general tonight, but Quinn Ewers is going to be the topic of our discussion today. You see me, I'm down here in my basement. I don't even think I've brought you guys down here before. You know, my kids make a mess down here. Look at this crazy stuff behind me. I'm going to go pan over to the other side of the basement. Look at this. We can't have anything nice. And you know, most YouTubers, they're not taking you into their homes. They're not showing you the mess in their basement. But I like you guys so much, I'm willing to do that. I've been trying to practice, guys. You know, Ohio State has lost 2 quarterbacks already in the transfer portal. You know, we have our second string quarterback, Devin Brown. He's no longer with us. We just got word that Aaron Nolan, who was a 5-star, one of the best quarterbacks to come out of Georgia last year. I think he was actually statistically the best quarterback to come out of Georgia. You know, he's decided to throw his hat in the transfer portal. But Quinn Ewers can save the day, and I'm getting ready to tell you how. But before I do that, guys, you know what I'm getting ready to do? I'm getting ready to come and beg, which I'm not opposed to doing, guys, for subscribers, for likes, for comments, all of it, man. If you guys like college football, if you guys like talking about college football in the comments, I see that I get enough comments nowadays where I do respond back to all of them for the most part, but you guys respond back to each other, and I see a lot of discussion. I see a lot of back and forth, a lot of ranting, a lot of arguments actually in the comments, and I love it. I just sit back reading them all, and I'm like, I love it. I want more. But again, if you're a fan of any of that, please like, comment, subscribe. But let's get into it. So I wanted to make this video last week when I heard about it. Quinn Ewers, very interesting situation that he seems to find himself in, and I'm going to explain why. So Texas has 2 really good quarterbacks right now, but I'm almost certain that they want Quinn Ewers to leave Texas. So they have Arch Manning sitting behind him, and honestly, when Arch Manning has played, there really hasn't been a noticeable difference or any real drop-off in the difference between Quinn Ewers as opposed to Arch Manning. Now, remember this. Remember Georgia came down to Austin, Texas, I want to say it was like week 3 or week 4, and completely laid pipe to Quinn Ewers. He looked like he was in over his head. So Steve Sarkisian, the Texas head coach, pulled him for a series, brought Arch Manning in. And do you remember the standing ovation that Arch Manning got? Right? Because they are almost tired of seeing Quinn Ewers as well. I mean, one of the things that I've seen with Quinn is I think he's a good quarterback, but, you know, he's always hurt. He's super quiet. I'm not even sure if he's a great leader or not. And again, when you have Arch Manning there, you know that at best, Quinn's going to give you 1 more year. Arch at best can give you 3 additional years. So I think that they're ready to start the new program and give the keys to Arch Manning, because again, if they were this close this year in terms of overall play, what's it going to look like for Arch Manning next year? What's it going to look like for Arch Manning the year after, and the year after that if he decides to stay? Which leads me to a situation with Quinn Ewers. Quinn, I think, has been pretty disappointed where his draft stock has been so far. I think Quinn came into this season wanting to be a first-round pick, and I'm not really sure that he's made, he's played well enough to do that. I think that this is a quarterback draft that is going to be pretty high. I mean, you got Dylan Gabriel, you have Shador Sanders, you have Cam Ward above in this a bunch of them. I can't talk today, y'all. I'm so sorry. And there's a bunch more quarterbacks outside of those 3 that'll get drafted, including Quinn Ewers if he decides to stick around or opt for the draft. So Quinn has a decision to make. And recently, I saw an article that came out that said there's a Big Ten team that put a $4 million proposal in front of Quinn Ewers in the Big Ten, and no one really knows who this Big Ten team is. And a lot of people think that it's Ohio State. But if it is, it actually makes sense. Ohio State, right, with losing this quarterback, with losing 2 quarterbacks in the transfer portal this year, are going to be super thin at quarterback. And you would have to think that the next person who's going to take reps is going to be Julian Sain, who right now is a freshman, hasn't taken many snaps this year. He's taken a couple in in just some garbage time. But do you really want to turn the keys over to Ohio State to somebody who's going to be a redshirt freshman next year? And the answer is probably not. And I know that Ryan Day, if he's still going to be here, he's going to be looking in the portal for another guy. So even if Ohio State wasn't the team to offer him $4 million, Ohio State would be fools for not at least making that phone call. We're Ohio State. We got $4 million in the back pocket. Sir, I'll tell you what, was it Penn State? Ohio State makes that phone call. Penn State gave you $4 million, let's give you $4.5 million, come on back home. Don't forget that Quinn Ewers started his career as a Buckeye. Don't forget that Quinn Ewers actually has a pair of gold pants from beating Michigan. Now, he didn't play that game, obviously, but he was still on the sidelines, and he actually received a pair of gold pants for beating Michigan. So he has some history in Columbus. I think that the way he left, a lot of fans were, very upset. You don't really leave a school like Ohio State in the way he left Ohio State. I mean, he was a freshman. He came in, got a good NIL deal, and the next thing you know, before he spent all his money, he was down in Austin, Texas, getting even more NIL deals. And I really had to think about it. I have a lot of friends from Texas. I have a lot of Texas Longhorn friends. And I asked them this: did Quinn Ewers live up to the hype? And all of them, for the most part, said no. Quinn Ewers was universally the best quarterback, the best prospect, the best player coming out of his class, his recruiting class. And I don't think he's lived up to his name. I mean, he was one of the first 100 percenters. What do I mean by that? A lot of recruiters give the kids a 99.8, or these are 5-star, a 97.6. Quinn Ewers was the first 1.000 5-star pick coming out of Texas when he graduated high school. And I think that Texas is ready to see him go. But another man's trash is another man's treasure. I think he should come back to Ohio State if he would like to increase upon his draft status. I think that Ohio State's going to do a little bit more in the portal. They're going to get a quarterback. They're going to get some pieces to go with that quarterback, and then add to what they already had. Can you imagine Quinn Ewers and Jeremiah Smith? Jeremiah Smith as a sophomore, as a true freshman. Jeremiah Smith is a second-team All-American. So pair him with a great quarterback like myself or Quinn Ewers, and the sky's going to be the limit for those guys. All right. That's my video for today. Let me know what you guys think. Would you guys like to see Quinn Ewers come back to Ohio State? What do you guys think Quinn Ewers is going to do? Again, all my friends from Texas, let me know what you guys think. I know a lot of you guys have told me in private that you're not really a huge fan of Quinn Ewers. He's very serviceable, but you guys are ready for the Arch Manning era. I think you guys would do him a solid. Say, hey, Quinn, it's been real. We'd hate to see you go, but, we'd hate to miss out on Arch Manning and have him go to Ole Miss or something like that and come back and bite us in that, and then you know what. So let me know what you guys think about him. Let me know in the comments below. If you're still here, like, comment, subscribe. I really appreciate all the time that you guys spend with me, man. You could be doing anything in the world, but you choose to, watch me talk to my my cell phone here, camera. So I appreciate that very much, man. You guys have a good night. Thanks again.